This is the Alchemy Kitchen, and we're going to be reviving this old smoker. This was at my work, sitting at the shotgun range, at the trap and skeet range, just sitting outside, laid out on the bushes. I don't know how long it's been there. They were going to throw it out, and I took a look at it, and it's like, I couldn't fit it in my car, but I was hoping, okay, I could probably take it apart and fit it in my car, take it home. They were going to throw it out, so I got to take it and revive it. I have a charbroil smoker. It's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, the metal's really thin. It works, but this one's better by far. The steel's a lot thicker on this, and I like the vertical smoker. I had to take it to fit in my car to do it in 2 trips. It was all together. The stand is actually downstairs. I just started to paint it. So it's not that bad rust, so I can get that off sanding, get some high temperature black paint and repaint it and put it together. The bolts are all rusted when I took it apart. Most of them, when I was lucky to just be able to snap them. And of course, one damn bolt holding the firebox to the smoking chamber was it stripped, and I could not get it off. I had to sit there. All I had was a cheap Sawzall, little handheld battery one. And it took me a while, but that one damn bolt took me forever. So this is a new Braunfels. I think it's called the, I can't remember the name now. Bandera model. And I was looking into these. I couldn't find much info. It looks like they make them now by Oklahoma Joe and Charbroil. I don't know if they do the same company, but they have the same type models. From what I was reading, the newer ones are a bit cheaper made. So this one is definitely, I mean, it's got some rust, but nothing terrible at all. A couple things missing, like the sliding metal part to adjust the air intake. It only has like one grill, and I think it had these hooks. That's to hold like a bowl for putting a water pot at the bottom. I've got quite a few extra grills that I've got to just check that should fit in here. If not, I can cut them to fit, I think. It was a little bit finicky to close it and latch it, but I'm not going to mess with that until I get it moved. I got to move it downstairs. It's got some weight to it, not super heavy, but not light. Yeah, it's going to be a nice smoker when I'm done. I don't have my calipers here, but you see it's thick steel, so are the walls. What could I do? I don't have a coin either, do I? And if I take like a house key, you can kind of maybe compare the width of a normal house key to the steel. You see it's pretty thick, much better than the charbroil I have. And that one would be a pain in the butt to move. I still am debating whether I'll take it over here or not. I don't think so, now if I can get this working. So downstairs I already got the, what do you call it? The legs for it, basically. And it's on wheels, which is really nice. We'll go back downstairs, take a look. Today I'm just gonna, I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to mess with it. Luckily I have a bunch of bolts all throughout the house that were left here. I have some more at my old house. And it shouldn't be a problem to find the right bolts to fit it together. There is a lot of automotive stuff here, like for creating like gaskets and stuff. So I might mess with some of that to really make it sealed well, so I don't get it, minimize any leaks in it. Yeah, I can't wait to use this thing. So look at what I got downstairs, and it'll be, you know, work in progress, and I'll just kind of show you the progress and hopefully the final results, and plenty of videos cooking shit in it. So here's the base for it. It's in good shape, actually. You know, it had rust on it, but wheels work. Even has a lock on the wheel. But I just took a wire brush and got a lot of the rust off. And I started painting. This is just something I happen to have sitting around. It's for the pipes on oven, or for a fireplace. Um, it's rated up to 650 Celsius, which I'd rather have something higher, at least 800 for the actual grill. It's kind of ugly, the silver color, but that's all going to just be the base, so I don't really care. I went to the hardware store to get some black paint, but they didn't have any. So I ordered online, get it in a couple days, and maybe go over, if I have enough left, go over this thing, have some black paint, but I'm not worried about the bottom part. It's not going to get hot, really. Just want to put a coat of paint on it to protect from rusting, you know. Luckily, I've got this spot for it, though, and it's on wheels, so it's really convenient. So I can store it under this, which this roof is solid, doesn't leak, and just wheel it out to this area to use it, so I don't smoke myself out of this area. Yeah, so I'm going to go finish painting this, get the other parts carried downstairs, and I'd love to put it together, but I want to paint it first. So I think I'll actually use, yeah, I got to order the paint and wait a couple days to complete it. But this is something I want to try to finish before the weekend, because I'm doing a fishing event at my work, trout fishing, and I'm going to come home with a lot of trout. And this would be awesome to use to brine them, or to smoke them in. Alright, so I had to order some high temperature paint. It says it's for grills and ovens. 800 Celsius was all I could really find. I was trying to find Rust-Oleum, but I don't know if I can get that here. Anyways, luckily this arrived fast, and I started painting this. I'm not trying to make it look immaculate. I just want to protect those exposed metal parts from rusting. And I mean, it's a flat black, so it matches the original paint pretty well. I'm just got one coat on so far. I've got a couple cans, so I'll be able to do multiple coats. Of course, not painting the inside. Still got the firebox to do. So you see how, especially on this side, it's pretty rusted. I'm going to clean that as good as I can with the wire wheel, and hopefully get both these painted today. Really, my main objective is just get the parts where it's connecting when I put it back together painted well, because I'd like to get it assembled and start using it as soon as possible. So limited on time, which has been the normal thing lately with all this moving shit. And yeah, got to get back to the other house in an hour or so, so hopefully get this pretty finished. I'm gonna have to assemble it laying down, then get it on the legs, on the wheels, and flip it up, and just be careful I don't put too much weight on that plastic wheel and break it. That's something be easier to do with two people, but I'm getting used to doing things by myself lately, so it shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully we'll have a video next week of it being used. Alright, so I got it painted and assembled. I was lucky enough to find bolts left over by the previous owner in the garage. Kind of tightened down still, but that's enough for today. I cannot wait to use this. Alright, back for another day. It's all painted on the outside. The inside still needs some work. As you see, some rust. Not too bad though. It's just I'm doing it with just a wire brush. I want to knock off all this like loose stuff that could, you know, come off into the food. And firebox I'm not so concerned about, but I'm gonna get off as much as the loose stuff. And wear safety glasses when you do it, because I started to get pieces flying at my face. So I actually found these really cool safety glasses in the garage. Maybe a dust mask too would be a good idea. So sick of wearing masks, but so I'm just gonna go through, and I'm not gonna go like total OCD on it, but just get the big parts. They're gonna flake off easy. Then we're gonna season it. We'll come back and light it up for the first time. I just finished, when I got back, tightening up all the bolts, and we're going to actually use it today. Alright, so we're ready to season it, light it up for the first time, and that's going to protect it from rusting and get rid of some of that rust that's there, hopefully. You don't want to paint the inside, like I said. Here I've brushed it out as good as I could, and now what I'm going to do is spray it down. I'm using canola oil. You can use any, think of it like seasoning cast iron. It's basically exactly the same thing. You're polymerizing steel with oil. You can use pan, which is basically, it's mostly canola oil. That'll take probably quite a few cans because you want to spray like a lot on, really coat it. So another way you can do it's easier, just fill up a squirt bottle with canola oil. You can use grapeseed oil, that works good too. And we want to get to the smoking point, so I'm going to get this all coated down and start a fire. I got it all coated down in oil. Starting some lump charcoal. Then I got some firewood I'm going to cut up and add to it. We want to get it hot enough to the smoking point, which I think it's like 400 Fahrenheit for canola oil. I don't have a thermometer, but I put a bit of oil on the outside. When you see that starting to smoke, you know, okay, that's the temperature. Run it like that for a while. Basically just like cast iron, so probably an hour or so, and let it cool slowly. After that, I'm gonna hopefully cook something quick in this. I was doing some research on this. This is, by the way, it's a new Braunfels Bandera. There is a port for the thermometer. I'm gonna get one for it. From what I understood, this brand was bought out by Charbroil. And then there's like the Smoky Joe version, Oklahoma Joe. And if I understood right, these older ones, I think that's what this is. The wheels are different than the other ones. Were made a lot better. I don't know. The only big issue I have so far with it is the door is really stubborn to close. And it doesn't, it's got this hinge here for it to latch onto that's welded on. But it just does not, even when I get it closed, it does not hold very good. And to do it one-handed or without putting a lot of weight into it when it's really hot, that's going to be a problem. So that's another thing I'm going to try to fix, come up with an idea for. But I want to get the fire going. I was going to replace the missing vent here, if there was one missing, I don't know, on this model. But after looking into it, there's no point for an offset smoker to use those. It's better to just leave it open, you get better airflow. If you're using like a barrel smoker or those big green eggs or something, then you'll use that more. But the best airflow, so when I'm lighting, I keep everything open. The smoke's going to burn cleaner. You're not going to have that nasty white smoke. And your fuel will ignite better. So yeah, we'll come back once I get this coal started and get some wood on there. Fire's going. We're gonna just keep feeding it and close this up. Get it seasoned. This thing does not want to stay closed very well. Put a weight on it for now, but I'm gonna make a latch probably for it. This is also a good time to see where I'm getting any massive like smoke leaks. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but it's coming out the side of the door here. This is really hard to get closed all the way though, and I'm sure at the top. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that and look for any ways where I can put I might buy some of this caulking for high temperature to fix any of those spots. But I want to try to get it to the smoking point, so I'm going to start seeing like where there is oil on the outside starting to smoke. That would be a good indicator. And get that seasoned. And basically, I mean, if you keep a spray bottle of canola oil, and just do that as a regular thing before you light the grill, spray it down on the inside and the outside. That's going to really protect it well. I mean, I've got an advantage. I can wheel it right under here where it's covered, not getting rained on and stuff, but still it's outside, so that'll just keep it from getting that rust back. A few more things to do with this. I mean, it normally has like see these holes here for like a tray, so I'll make a new tray for it eventually. But now just let it burn. It's gonna be too hot to really cook anything, but once it goes down, I think maybe I can throw some Wurst I have on there, because I have not eaten yet today. And now I can, while this is doing its thing, go finally work on my workshop and try to get it organized, because it's a mess. But you see that fire, nice wide open vent. I can see the smoke, but I don't see it on the camera. It's a very thin, perfect smoke coming out, not that white nasty smoke that makes the food bitter. So I'm seeing no reason why to put a vent on here, a damper, whatever you call it. So I'd say it seasoned pretty nicely. Yeah, a few more layers. You can see this part where it was touching the rim of it, but it's alright, I'll get to it later. Yeah, worked pretty good. Fire was starting to die out. I was working in the garage, so I threw a few more logs on, a few more pieces of wood. I don't even know what kind of wood that is, just firewood. Some kind of hardwood, but I'm friggin' hungry. I want to try this thing, so yeah, make sure these ignite good. And then I've got some, what is this? Wurst with paprika. Throw those on, do some more work in the garage. So pretty happy with this thing. Really giving it the first try. Got some fresh trout I caught yesterday, brined and being smoked, almost ready. Some sausage, some dates wrapped in prosciutto, and some bacon. This is almost ready to pull. Got like a probe thermometer just hanging in the chimney. It's got a little bit hot just now because I added some more fuel. But it's keeping the temperature really well. So I'll probably do a follow-up video on this. I'm going to cook on it once I make something for a shelf here. Other than that, it's pretty much good to go. Not much smoke leakage, so I'm pretty happy with it.